Welcome back to the channel. Okay, so my original intention today was to go out and do a street photography POV. Now, it's been hammering it down with rain here in London, and it still continues. Obviously, it could make for good photography if you go out and shoot in the rain, but I've decided not to today. So instead of me going out and doing POV, I thought I'd show you what I carry on my POVs. So let's jump over to this little bag, which is the Bellroy City Pouch Plus Premium. This is in the black sand colour, so it has this leather panel on the front here. Starting with this front pocket, what have I got in here? So I have a spare SD card, always useful to have in case one crashes. And I have also in here the DJI mic. Now, this is one of the transmitters, and I've put a dead cat on this, a little windscreen, because just in case there's some interesting sound out and about, I can then quickly turn this on. Green light is showing it's on, and then if I hit this button here, then that will record directly into this microphone, into the transmitter, and I can pull these files out when I get back into the edit suite, into DaVinci. So that's very handy to have. So that definitely comes with me on my shoots. What else do I have? I have a SD card reader. This is a Ugreen SD card reader. Now it has a micro SD and a full-size SD card slot. So I would have this just in case I wanted to pull some files off a GoPro or off of the camera and put them onto social media or edit them quickly in Lightroom. So that's always handy to have. What else do I have in here? Okay, these are my new Bose earphones. These are the Quiet Comfort 2 earbuds, and these have been a bit of a game changer when it comes to walking around town needing some good sounds. So I don't know whether you can see that. They're quite neat and tidy. And yeah, the sound isolation on these is really, really, really great. And if you're traveling on the tube or just walking around town and you want to really concentrate on what you're doing, then this will block out most of that environment. I was walking around before with the Bose Quiet Comfort 45s. They're the over-the-ear headphones, but I didn't like wearing them with glasses or sunglasses, so these are much better for that scenario. All right, main pocket. Oh no, let's have a look in the back here. So this is another pocket in this bag. So you've got this little open pocket. There's no zipper on that one. And then there's a zipper on this side. So that's on the black leather side. And then in this pocket, I just have a couple of spare batteries. There's one for the GoPro and there's one for the Fuji. Little hack. If you've charged your batteries, just so you know which ones are charged, just wrap an elastic band around them. It's a real no-brainer that it saves a lot of time loading and unloading batteries just to make sure that they have charge. So that's my little hack for batteries. Inside here I have, what do I have? I have my phone in this pouch here. So in this back bit, you can probably fit a lot more in there, but this is a Samsung Galaxy S22 Note Ultra. That fits nicely in there. And then you've got the main pocket. If you can see that, you've got a key lanyard, which is very handy. In this side, I have my Fuji. So this is the Fuji XF10. This is my favorite street photography camera by far. I have on here the Dead Camera's nano strap, leather strap. It has this little red dot accent, which I really like, but I like to have a wrist strap on when I'm out and about, because I do tend to sort of chuck the camera around quite a bit, and I don't really want to be dropping this. So that's reasonably lightweight, and because it's got a little leather bit here, it doesn't clunk against the body or scratch it, so that works quite well. So yeah, that is my Fuji XF10. If you want to see more videos on this camera, there's a couple on my channel already. I will list them up here, and down in the description I will link to those videos also. I think I have a menu tour, and there is a street photography POV from a couple of years ago, which has actually had a lot of views. So yeah, it's a very popular camera. So that's that. So back inside the bag, all that's left in here is the GoPro. Now, what I really like about this bag is, let's pull that out. You've got these two pockets here, and they're both exactly the same size, and they're perfect for compact cameras. So yeah, the GoPro fits perfectly in there, like so. And then the Fuji goes in there, like so. So you've got them nicely managed, and you don't have to sort of bring additional cases with those. So that works quite well. So yeah, going back to the GoPro. So this is a GoPro Hero 11. I've got a K&F Concept UV filter on the front of this. What I do when I'm out, I turn off the front screen, so I just have the back screen switched on. And I also have it so when you switch it on, it will start recording immediately. So for me, that's the best way to not miss anything. My settings for the GoPro Hero 11 for street photography POV are as follows. I have it on the wide lens. I'm shooting in 4K at 50p. And I am, if we go into the settings, I can go through them. Let's just zoom in so you can see a bit better. So yeah, these are my settings for most sort of POV situations. So 4K 50, lens is wide. I'm on hyper smooth auto boost. I have, what else? Pro Tune is turned on. So we're using 10-bit high bit rate. The shutter is set to auto, and EV comp at 0, white balance at auto. Now ISO, to get the cleanest image, I always keep it at 100. So 100 ISO on both the minimum and maximum. And then the sharpness is set to medium. The color is set to flat. And that is about it for my settings on the GoPro. That's pretty much it for today's video. One last tip before we go, and that is I used this bag on a recent flight to Italy. We're flying on Ryanair, so next to no room whatsoever, and I found it a really handy bag to organize all the little things you sort of have on a plane, like earphones, passports, phones, cameras, anything else that you carry whilst you're in flight, you need sort of close to hand. So as you can see in this video, it fits perfectly around a closed tray table on the back of a Ryanair plane, and it's just really easy to put sort of your accessories inside there. These straps are super easy to adjust. They're actually metal, so they're very strong as well. So you can get a pretty good length out of these and shorten it if necessary. So yeah, that is it for today's video. I hope you found it interesting. I hope this was a little bit of an insight into what you can fit inside one of these bags. Yeah, I'll put all the product details, including this one, in the description below. And yeah, hope you found it useful. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. Please consider subscribing, and ring that bell if you'd like to be notified of future videos. I'm planning on making a few more sort of gear-related review videos. I've got a few bag reviews coming up at some point soon, so look out for those. And I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.